This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. One day a year, the Suncoast Partnership to End Homelessness does a count. Workers and volunteers pound the pavement, collecting data on the number of homeless on the street, in shelters, and in transitional housing.
ABC7's Dwayne Lindo has more on how it works and what the Suncoast has to gain by conducting this survey. Dwayne?
About 70 volunteers are deployed along city streets, sidewalks, and shelters to ask one simple question.
Where are you going to stay tonight? Where did you stay last night?
Also to administer a point-in-time survey. Results of the survey are used to track trends in the homeless population throughout a two-county area. According to the CEO of the Suncoast Partnership to End Homelessness, Edward DeMarco, it will be 2018's homeless census, which is part of an initiative by the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development, also known as HUD.
Those numbers are compiled and provided to HUD, and those numbers become part of our funding and become part of the attention that's given to our community for this purpose of helping the homeless.
But DeMarco points out that the numbers counted don't tell the whole story, looking at the final tally becoming a trending number.
It's a reflection, accurate reflection, of the number of people we counted that night. But it may not be a reflection of the number of people who find themselves homeless during the course of any given year.
In the past 2 years, the county has shown modest improvements in the numbers for veterans, families, and the chronically homeless. However, youth homelessness remains the same. The area has received anywhere from $800,000 to $1 million of federal money annually since 2016. Director of Homeless Services for Sarasota County, Wayne Appleby, says there's been a slight decrease in homelessness in all data points, especially EMS calls for the homeless.
There are new resources that are being devoted, to that over the last few years by not only the county, the city, nonprofits have changed the way they're doing business. So it's a constant evolution to mold the system to be more effective.
More effective for one objective, according to Appleby.
The focus of the whole strategy is to move people who are unsheltered today into a permanent housing location.
The organization will have numbers tallied up by March.
So it's a lengthy process after we get the information in, and we'll have volunteers helping us enter data for the next 4 or 5 weeks.
That was Dwayne Lindo reporting. Also on the homelessness front, the Quality of Life Ordinance will take effect in a month and a half, so county commissioners will consider a budget for funding of this ordinance enforcement in Tuesday morning's commission meeting. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is investigating a shooting that happened this morning. Around 9:30 a.m., a shooting was reported inside a home on Beneva Woods Circle in Sarasota. Detectives say those involved know each other, and they are talking to neighbors in the area to find out more about the incident.
We value information from the public, so if anyone has information, it's helpful to us. There's no information that does not help us in our investigation. But again, it's important that the community understands this all happened inside a contained area, and we have everyone that we've been looking for and everyone that's involved. So we believe all parties at this time are accounted for.
One person was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. We will continue to bring you more details as it becomes available.
Sarasota couple is facing felony charges of child neglect after doctors found injuries on their 2-month-old daughter. Magdalena Perez Lopez and Martin Gomez were arrested after reports of child abuse to their baby. The parents had taken the girl to Sarasota Memorial Hospital because she wasn't eating. After finding concerning injuries, doctors sent her to All Children's Hospital and notified the sheriff's office. The couple was arrested and is now being held on $100,000 bond at the Sarasota County Jail. A Northport man is charged with attempted murder after police say he got into an argument with family members. Police say 25-year-old Michael Martin used a gun to fire 1 round at a family member before leaving the home. Martin was arrested yesterday and police recovered the weapon. Martin is currently in the Sarasota County Jail with no bond.
A major announcement from Ringling College of Art and Design today, the school receiving the largest donation since it was founded in 1931. The generous donation of $15 million was given by Board of Trustees member Dr. Joel Morgenroth and his wife, Dr. Gail Morrison Morgenroth. The money will go towards renovations, new equipment, scholarships for students, and the creation of the first department for the school's newest major, virtual reality development.
$15 million donation for Ringling College is transformative. It's an incredible donation to really help us realize our vision of becoming the preeminent art and design college in the world.
Dr. Morgan Roth says they chose Ringling because the college shares their central core beliefs and they wanted to be a part of an institution that is always looking toward the future.
Virtual reality, I would say that's the future.
That is pretty neat. I'm excited to see where that goes.
That's awesome. Let's get a check on our weather today with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Some cooler wind blowing in today, Bob.
That's right. Great donation there, by the way, helping out that school. Here's what's happening with us. Northwesterly winds. That's it. Behind the cold front, which brought us all that rain yesterday. Over 3 inches at Tampa Airport. We had over 1.5 inches at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. The rain is all gone now. It should stay dry through the week. Winds out of the north-northwest. That's the big story right now, are the strong winds that have ushered in some advisories for coastal waters. We now have a rip current advisory in effect. I don't imagine many people swimming, but the surfers out there, be aware that that rip current advisory is in effect through tonight and tomorrow morning. On top of that, boating, beware. We have a small craft advisory in effect. Look at all the clouds heading south. Now you see some upper level clouds ripping off to the east. That's that subtropical jet stream that continues to move over South Florida right now. But these low clouds are still hanging around in places across the sun coast. Those clouds will clear somewhat overnight, and that will allow that temperature to drop pretty quickly after midnight. 62 degrees right now, humidity at 84%, winds out of the north-northwest at 16 sustained. We've had gusts as high as 20, 25 miles an hour. The pressure 29.99 inches. Your evening planner looks like this. It stays dry but cool up until 11 o'clock. We'll have more on this big chill and let you know when warmer temperatures will arrive coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Bob. The 3 candidates running for the open seat in the House District 72 will debate right here on ABC7 at 7 tomorrow. Republican James Buchanan, Democrat Margaret Good, and Libertarian Allison Foxall will all be here in the ABC7 studio. This will be the only debate between the 3 candidates. The special election will be on February 13th with early voting beginning Saturday, February 3rd. You can vote at the Supervisor of Elections office, the North Sarasota Library, and the Westfield Sarasota Square Mall. If you have any questions you'd like answered during that debate tomorrow, you can send them to ABC7's Alan Cohn on Twitter at Alan M. Cohn.
It's about to get busy for tax preparers across the country and here on the Suncoast as the IRS is accepting both paper and electronic tax returns starting today. Even though the IRS is accepting both forms of returns, paper returns and taxpayers claiming earned income tax credit won't see a return until mid-February. The IRS and tax professionals encouraging people to file electronically for faster refunds. A tax specialist with H&R Block in Sarasota says this is just one incentive to file early.
The IRS has also instituted what is called the PATH Act. This affects any return that has a refundable credit on it, such as earned income credit or the additional child tax credit. These credits mean a lot to our clients, and because they are usually, these returns are victims of tax identity theft, we encourage our clients that get these refundable credits to file early because the IRS is going to hold those refunds until about the end of February to make sure that nobody has filed a fraudulent return in replace of the rightful taxpayer.
This year you have 2 extra days to file. The filing deadline is April 17th.
I always tell myself I'll get those files in as soon as possible, but it never happens.
Well, you got a little time left.
Thankfully. Well, ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern joining us now. And Richard, a down day from start to finish on Wall Street.
Jacqueline, you're exactly right, but you know what? That's not so terrible. We've been only up, up, and up. So far this month, which of course represents this year, all 3 major indices are up by at least 7.5%. Think of that. This is January. 7.5%, 7.7%, and 8.5% by the 3 indices that we follow on a regular basis. And what does that mean to all of us? It means that if we begin to see any change over the next 3 days, perhaps it'll be different, but if not, you're going to see the best month since October of 2015. Not too bad. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they were not too bad, not too good. There you see the Dow closed at the low of the day, down 177 points, almost 0.7%. That closing is 26,439.48 on volume of 891 million shares. The NASDAQ also sharply lower, down by 0.5%, 40 points at 7,466.51. That on volume of 1,648 million shares. And the S&P down exactly the same percentage as the Dow, down 0.2%, 19 points at 2,853.53. Well, fasten your seatbelts because you're in for quite a week on Wall Street. It starts tomorrow night with the State of the Union message by President Trump. Then on Wednesday, we're going to get the final word from Janet Yellen as she departs as chair of the Federal Reserve Board and whether or not they will make any changes in interest rates whatsoever. Also, McDonald's will report earnings then. And on Wednesday, we're going to get earnings from Facebook and Microsoft and talk about fasten your seatbelts. On Thursday, we're getting quarterly returns from Apple, Amazon, and Google. Apple, Amazon, and Google. That's a trifecta for you. And we'll see just how things turn out. I'll be here Thursday to talk about it. And Thursday afternoon, we are going to have a conversation with anybody that would like to come. We're having a conversation with the Stearns. We're going to talk about economics. We're going to talk about financial planning, estate planning, the stock market. Where do we go next, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We'd love to have you join us. 906-2847. Again, 906-2847, or you can just Google Stern Baird or go to sternbaird.com. And a limit of 12 people. We're going to do this on a weekly basis, so it should be pretty good.
And you have some news from the beverage industry today. Big news.
Big news, and hot and cold, if you will. Keurig is merging with Dr. Pepper Snapple. So they're going to have the hot end of the market, the cold end of the market. Maybe somebody's going to give Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola a run for their money.
All right.
Good luck. Yeah. All right, Richard, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, President Trump will give his first State of the Union address tomorrow night, as you heard Richard talk about. We'll take a look at what he plans to talk about.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, is store-bought fruit juice a good alternative to actual fruit? We'll let you know when we return.
The ABC7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
We have a rare opportunity to meet one of the King's caregivers. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, one of Elvis Presley's private nurses joins us with rare behind-the-scenes details of one of rock's most private people. Society photographer Cliff Rolls is here with Don't Miss February social events. Plus, we celebrate Black History Month in art. And Goodfellas Pizza joins us in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's 2017 most trusted brand, best overall brand, and lowest 5-year cost to own. And Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease the all-new Subaru Impreza for just $185 a month, or get 0% financing and 0 down with complimentary maintenance included. That's right, not 1 penny down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
You don't want to miss the annual Venice Orchid Show and Sale February 3rd and 4th at the Venice Community Center. It is the largest orchid show on Florida's West Coast with thousands of blooming orchids on display and for sale. You'll also find orchid growing supplies, artwork, jewelry, accessories, and free classes. Make plans now to attend the Venice Orchid Show and Sale February 3rd and 4th at the Venice Community Center. Go to vaos.org online for more details.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. So wet.
I'm Deshauna Barber. In 2016, I was proud to win the title of Miss USA. What makes me just as proud is my service in the U.S. military. In the service, a soldier gains skills and learns values like discipline and leadership. That makes them an asset to any business that hires them. If you're an employer, on behalf of Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, remember to hire smart and bet on a vet. Visit saluteheroes.org or call this number to learn more.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
President Trump is preparing to deliver his first State of the Union address tomorrow night. ABC's Karen Travers has a preview of what he's expected to talk about.
The White House says President Trump's State of the Union will be optimistic and forward-looking with a bipartisan tone. But officials here aren't giving much detail about exactly what he'll say, but look for the president to be a cheerleader for what the White House is calling the booming Trump economy. President Trump today setting the stage for his first State of the Union.
Well, it's going to be good. We worked on it hard, cover a lot of territory, including our great success with the markets and with the tax cut. And it's a big speech, an important speech.
The president is expected to cover a wide range of policy issues, but not present a laundry list of new proposals. The address will focus on 5 key issues: jobs in the economy, infrastructure, trade, national security, and immigration. That, of course, is the big issue right now on Capitol Hill as lawmakers work to negotiate a permanent fix for the nearly 700,000 undocumented immigrants protected under DACA.
We're going to get something done. We hope it's got to be bipartisan.
And the White House would not rule out President Trump touching on that big thing hovering over his administration, the Russia investigation. His spokeswoman said they don't consider that something that keeps Americans up at night. The Trump White House will continue the tradition of special guests sitting in the First Lady's box in the House chamber. Melania Trump will be joined by parents whose children were killed by MS-13 gang members, Americans who say they benefited from the president's tax cut bill, and people who were involved in rescue efforts during last year's hurricanes. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
The State of the Union airs tomorrow night at 9 p.m. You can watch the speech live right here on ABC7.
A woman in Malibu woke up to the smell of smoke early this morning. When she went outside, this is what she saw: flames ripping through the hills behind her home in high winds. The brush fire forced several neighborhoods to temporarily evacuate their homes. More than 200 firefighters responded to the roughly 2.5-acre blaze, which was 95% contained in under 2 hours. No homes were damaged, but a fire official says the blaze looks suspicious, but the cause has not been determined.
Floodwaters have reached a peak in Paris and are now threatening towns downstream along the River Seine. Weeks of heavy rains have filled the river, forcing road closures, halting river boat cruises through the French capital. The water levels hit almost 20 feet this morning. Waters are expected to stay unusually high for days, maybe even weeks. Look at all that.
Wow.
Well, those whole areas where you can usually walk right alongside the river are underwater.
Yeah, some famous places actually closed as a result of this too, right around that river. And this is typically the flooding time for them in Paris and around that area. And normally it's a couple of meters above average. This one about 6. Now, last time that happened was in 2016 when it did get a little bit more than you see right there. So just a couple of years ago, they had extreme flooding there, same location. So it does happen there this time of year, but not as extreme. And they've had weeks of rain. We had just one day of rain yesterday. It didn't cause much in terms of flooding like that, but boy, the rain did come heavy at times. And it's all over now, though. Taking a look at the Sarasota Bay webcam showing the clouds around, low clouds moving through the day, and you can see that the sea's up too. Once you get the last frame there, you see the sun has come up and starting to peek out a little bit more so. But notice those ripples on the waves looking out over Sarasota Bay. Small craft advisories are in effect up and down the coastal waters along west central Florida. Now, the weather headlines read like this for us here. The next 2 days will be cool ones. You'll notice that quite clearly tomorrow morning. And a better weekend ahead. We're looking for a little bit more sunshine on both days, not just the one day. And then rain moves in, looks like the timing now, Sunday night and Monday morning. That's when the showers will move in next. And until then, things stay rather dry across here. We could use a little dry weather after the heavy rain we saw on Sunday that has now since kicked off to the east. A couple of different things going on right now. Of course, the cold front is well out here into the Atlantic and then stretching down into South Florida and ripping and continuing to move off to the southeast. So that cold front has ushered in some pretty chilly weather right now. On top of that, we have high pressure, which continues to build in. It's now located over Oklahoma and parts of Texas. That high pressure ridge is providing us with this north to northwesterly flow around it, and that is going to keep us on the chilly side for overnight lows. Tonight, we're expecting them to be about 4 or 5 degrees below average, but more so tomorrow night. and Wednesday morning, when lows will drop down into the lower 40s across the area. Our wind chill, though, will feel like lower 40s tomorrow morning. Here's the daily planner for Tuesday. It looks like this. We'll see partly cloudy skies throughout the day, but notice the highs only in the low 60s. So not the best of beach days, but a little bit better than today with more sunshine out there. And, of course, meteorologist John Scalzi will have much more tomorrow morning. You want to tune in for that. Currently at 62 degrees. The dew point is at 57 right now. We have some clouds in place and 84% of the humidity. Now, those clouds are starting to break up, and that will allow that temperature to fall. The barometer now 29.99 inches, and that is on the rise. Well, dew point temperatures are important when it comes to predicting lows. And right now, at 29 in Pensacola, these dew points here will continue to fall here in Sarasota throughout the next several hours as that wind turns more out of the north beginning after midnight. And as far as the temperature forecast goes, well, for lows to start things off tomorrow, we'll be in the low 50s here in Orlando, 49, and that wind out of the north-northwest will make it feel even colder to start the morning off. I mentioned the wind chills will be around 42 degrees tomorrow morning, and the actual temperature will be at 42 on Wednesday morning. Our high tomorrow only reaches 62 degrees, and I mentioned on Wednesday morning, we'll start off in the 30s near freezing up near Tallahassee and Gainesville, 42 for Sarasota, a little bit warmer down south into the Keys, but even cold in Fort Myers at 47. So here's the forecast, 63 for a high if you live a little bit further inland, but generally in the low 60s. Then that chilly start on Wednesday morning, 42, still below average on Wednesday, and then 72 for a high on Thursday. Look for the same on Friday. Saturday looks delightful, a 20% chance for showers throughout the day on Sunday. Then that rain chance bumps up to 40% on Sunday night and Monday morning, and then it clears out of here and looks like just a slight chance for showers on Monday. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Let's check first alert traffic. You can see some delays in Manatee County. Right over the DeSoto Bridge there, traffic backed up heading both north and south. So slow going over the bridge, but it does clear up once you get over the Manatee River. Jacqueline?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, would you give your teen a beer at home or maybe offer them a red or white wine to go with dinner? With why you may want to hold off, here's ABC's Kenneth Moten.
An alcoholic drink at home for your teen is a decision many parents make. The thought that it may reduce the risk of their kids abusing alcohol in the future, removing the mystery and the mystique of alcohol by making it more available. But this week, a new study from the National Drug and Research Centre in Australia, taking a closer look at what these parents are doing to find out if there's actually any real benefit. Surveying a group of parents and teens over a 6-year period, they found that the teens who got alcohol from their parents were actually more likely to obtain alcohol from an outside source later on. These teens also less likely to suffer common harms of alcohol like binge drinking, abuse, or dependence. So before you crack that beer open for your teen at home, try talking to them about the risks and dangers of substance abuse. Bottom line, you can still enjoy a drink or two with your kids. It may just take a few more birthdays until that happens. With this Medical Minute, I'm Kenneth Moten, ABC News.
We all know that fresh fruit should be an important part of your diet, but if you simply don't like the taste of an apple or an orange, can drinking store-bought fruit juice be an okay alternative? Many fruit juices contain a decent amount of sugar and calories, which is not good for those watching their weight or blood sugar. Fruit juice also lacks the fiber typically found in fresh fruit. Look for 100% fruit juice with no sugar added and limit your juice intake to 1 8-ounce glass a day. Still to come, an elephant sneaks over the China border and a high school basketball player's winning shot goes viral. Those stories when we come back.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile, and in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Around the neighborhood or around town, you'll feel good and look even better driving your new Fiat. For maximum performance, check out the all-new Fiat Spider. You'll flip over the superior handling and capability. Or follow roads less traveled in the Fiat 500X. So go big. Or go small. With prices starting as low as $13,999, you're sure to find a Fiat that fits your style during the Start Something New event, going on now at Sunset Fiat of Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC.
where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
ABC7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
An elephant makes an illegal border crossing, a cat gets out of a sticky situation, and a basketball player sinks a nearly impossible shot.
Reed Binion gives us a look.
Take a look at this surveillance video out of China. A wild elephant trotted up to the Laos border and stepped over the barricade. About an hour and a half later, the border tour was apparently complete, and the elephant snuck back in. Elephants are nationally protected in China. Fewer than 300 inhabit the country, most of them in the rainforest near this border. This cat was stuck in a drain pipe for 4 days.
Come on, come on.
Workers brought in equipment to lift stone blocks out of the way before cutting into the pipe to free the cat. The process took a little less than an hour. The cat was taken to a local animal hospital to be checked for a microchip. Watch this high school basketball clip closely. A freshman player got a rebound of a missed free throw, took a one-handed Hail Mary shot from 3/4 down the court, and won the game. So naturally, fans stormed the court and dogpiled on top of him. The moment has gone viral. SportsCenter named it the top play of the day. For today's Take a Look at This, I'm Reed Binion.
Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, a popular Venice sports park may be closing down. Why parents in the area hope officials can reach an agreement and keep it open.
Plus, why Sarasota Area Mall removed a fish tank after receiving some criticism from PETA.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Start the year off with big savings during the Start Something New event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Why settle for less when you can shop the Suncoast's largest selection? Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $24,999. Or drive away in a beautiful new Chrysler 300 for as little as $21,999. That's right, save over $9,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
You don't want to miss the annual Venice Orchid Show and Sale February 3rd and 4th at the Venice Community Center. It is the largest orchid show on Florida's West Coast with thousands of blooming orchids on display and for sale. You'll also find orchid growing supplies, artwork, jewelry, accessories, and free classes. Make plans now to attend the Venice Orchid Show and Sale February 3rd and 4th at the Venice Community Center. Go to vaos.org online for more details.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.